Hey, we should host another group build sponsored by the podcast.
Sure, but it needs to be a race car this time.
Yeah, something that can race on asphalt or dirt.
And night and different types of weather. That would be pretty cool.
And can fly.
Wait, what?
What you talking about, BG?
Hey, I got it. Rally cars.
Yes.
What date should we run the build for?
How about January 31st? It can start and go to December 31st. That's a good amount of time.
Sure, I can work with that.
Okay, but I gotta say, I'm a little concerned about the defying gravity thing. I haven't had much luck in that lately.
Join the Scale Model Car Podcast 2025 Rally Cool Rally Car Group Build and build that rally car model kit that's been sitting on your shelf ever since you brought it home from the hobby store and said, I'm gonna build that one day, because now is your chance.
How's it going, all you scale model car junkies out there? Welcome to the Scale Model Car Podcast with your hosts, BG, Chuck, Luca, and Jason.
Hello and welcome to episode 39 of the Scale Model Car Podcast. This is your friend, Mr. BG, along with your hosts, Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot,
Howdy.
Matt from the Luca C channel,
Howdy.
and Jason from Blue Ox Model Shop.
Heidi-ho.
Heidi ho, neighborinos.
Howdy ho, Winslows.
Yes, that's awesome. Okay, well, we're already off track, but nonetheless, welcome all to episode 39, where it's going to be our general listener email extravaganza. Today, it's all about you guys, the folks who write into our show. We haven't had a chance to get to your emails, but we're going to get to that post-haste. First of all, some housekeeping to get started on. We're going to start with the round table, and we're going to go start with Matt.
Whoa. Wow. I got things going on, too. So, there's been rumblings going on between me and another YouTuber. I'm sure everybody saw that video.
I got $10 on AJ.
Yeah. Is people placing bets now? So, I have been shoved back in to an adventure building a model car. If you all remember that old series, I'm building that Monogram 66 Malibu flip nose.
That old chest.
Whatever we talk about, we got to do that all.
I'm surprised that's not a USAC build already. It's 124.
No kidding.
I got a name for your build.
For my build?
Yeah, I think you should call it the Bad Penny, because it just won't go away.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to
Penny.
the pro yet. But it's so we're gonna get back on there and start rolling because of Ajax. So, threw some fighting words down. So we're going for it. So hey man, anybody else wants to jump in and build one of these along with Ted and I
actually think I
go
might.
for it. So we're doing that because, as Ted coined it from Rattle Can Shenanigans, I must say, it's the year of the Malibu, 2026, right?
I'll jump in on that.
When does
some of that?
If say Chuck does jump into this, when does Chuck have to have that done by?
Asking for a friend.
The last day.
Here's the thing: is if I jump in on this, all I got to do is beat Matt.
Well, you already won.
It's kind of like that whole bear chasing you thing.
Yeah, I shook the box
you
in
don't
two
really
parts.
have to run faster than the bear. Just got to run faster.
Right. Well, I shook the box and two parts got stuck together. I'm already in the lead.
Right. I mean, listen, if I jump into this, the build's already done.
Right? Yeah.
No
Matter
kidding.
of fact, I'm working on it right now.
I'm washing my hair.
I'm building with my toes.
Yeah, so I'm getting prepared to start kicking on that, but I've actually been working on. I did a couple of videos ago that 57 Chevy Gasser I want to have done for the NHRA museum, the What's a Pomona Museum, Spirit of Speed, which it's number 9, right? This is their 9th one, and the theme is Tri-5. So I got that on my plate.
They've only done 9? I thought they'd done more than that.
Yeah, who knows? I believe it's 9.
It's at least 10.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
It's been close to a decade. So I got that rocking, and I'm having some fun with that 57 Chevy. It actually is going in a really good direction. And I got pulled into a buddy build that a video will be coming out about. I don't know. Someone was talking something on their channel, and yeah.
Oh, is this how we get you to build stuff? Is to talk crap about you on our channel?
Yeah, basically. No, he wasn't talking crap. He just wouldn't say my name.
It hasn't.
And I'm not going to say his right now.
Uh-huh.
Say my name.
Well, I've been doing that for years, and it hasn't worked yet, so I don't see what the magic is.
Let's hope I finish one of these this year.
We will not say his name 3 times.
Right.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
And that's why Chuck's house is haunted. Okay, moving on. Anything else? Anything else, Matt?
That's what's happening now. And
okay, so you're starting a war, and
it's Fargan War.
A Fargan War, yeah.
Fargan War
with that ice hole, Ajax, and then actually he's a good friend of mine, so hopefully he won't hit me too hard when I see him next. But so you're starting a war, and then you're going to be doing a buddy build. So cool! I'm looking forward to
and a theme build.
And a theme build. Yes, that's right.
The nice thing is I got a little bit. It's a really cool ending to the buddy build. I don't want to give it away yet. Got to watch my next video coming out to find out about this. That one's really cool. That one, I'm not pressure. I don't got no pressure on that one.
Yeah.
The 57 Chevy and of course the 66 Malibu, they are top priority now because I have a goal. There, now I'm done. You may proceed.
Set your goals achievably. Cool. Awesome. Well, dude, I'm pulling for you on all 3 fronts. Don't add a 4th because I haven't got a 4th front to support.
I do got to say one last thing though. There's 2 other things that fall into that this year though that they really don't cause a problem. We got the 48-hour build coming up.
Oh, dang.
And
July 11th.
The turkey shoot in
November.
Thanksgiving time. Yeah.
Hey, I think I'll be able to do the turkey shoot this year. I don't have a hunt.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for the turkey shoot because you got some time, but it can't be a model car. You got to be out of your comfort zone.
Oh, yeah. I can already tell you I won't be able to participate in the turkey shoot because there's a little note on the scheduling board at the hobby shop that says all hands on deck for Black Friday and Black Saturday. So
it.
Oh man.
I won't be building a model, but I'll be handling a lot of other people's models.
Yeah, welcome to retail.
A life of retail. That's right.
It's all right though. It's all right because Mrs. BG actually said, "Well, if you're going to be stuck there all day long, I might as well come help you."
Oh wow, free labor.
Very cool.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's just give her money. Have her go to McDonald's. Get us some food, please.
I'll probably come down for a visit throughout the weekend too. Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe I will. I live down the street.
Oh, by the way, Chuck, I need to say thank you to you and the missus for bringing me that big bowl of salsa and chips on my first day. That was awesome. I sat in the back and ate that with a spoon. I saved the chips for later. It was the best gazpacho soup I've ever had. Yeah. No, it was awesome. It's funny because Susan walks in and she hands me the bag of salsa and chips and she's like, "Here you go, son," and does a big wink type of thing.
So proud of you, son. First day at work.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, they want the family discount. That's what's going on. I see what you're doing.
I can't seem to get out of there for less than a few $100.
I saw what they rang you up. I was like, wow, okay, cool.
Yeah,
but no, that was a good time. Anyway, moving on back to topics at hand. Jason, what have you got going on with your channel and or bench, sir?
Well, the bench, I have been making slow but steady progress on the Blazer.
Cool.
We've got the chassis together.
Or if you want to be pretentious, say chassis.
We've got the chassis put together. The engine in it, yeah, it's been slow. What can I say? It's springtime up here. We've been doing a lot of stuff outside, and it is what it is, right?
That's no excuse.
I don't have deadlines, my friend.
That's awesome. That is
I like
awesome.
that.
You're falling off, dude. You're falling
off.
Falling off. Yeah.
Blazer looks wicked though. I love the.
Thank you.
I love those wheels and tires on it.
Yeah.
I may have to get a set of those.
Yeah, those aren't the kit wheels, are they? Those are MCVs.
Those are MCV product. Yeah.
Sweet.
And then speaking of MCV products, I did start to put together the 5 Hemi pulling tractor.
Ooh.
So I did a video on that and said I was going to mock it up and then show it, and then I didn't. I put everything in primer and started painting stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was supposed to film
this.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oops, that's a problem with me. I do a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I should have filmed that. What a dope.
So if I can weigh in on that, that's what happened to me with the Iceman's Moto Compo bike.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do a video review on it, and next thing you know, I'm building the dang thing. And I'm like, oh, I should have turned the camera on.
Whoops.
I started fitting parts. The next thing you know, it was in primer, just like you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to sweat it too much. But yeah, that's really about it. I've got a couple of builds in the pipeline that I'm excited about.
Sweet.
One of them, so I don't know if you guys are ready to announce anything yet, but I'm planning to be at Acme for 2026.
Yeah.
And one of the builds that I am planning is going to follow me there.
Right on.
Yeah.
I
So
like
I'm looking forward to that.
2026,
I can't wait.
baby.
Yeah,
well, I can't wait to see your build.
Guys.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your build and you in person. So
Yeah, it'll be fun. And I think I can fly with one model safely, I think.
if you're comfortable doing that, then that's fine.
Hey, as somebody really smart once said, that blank is going on my lap. So that's what I'll just put it in my little carry-on, squeeze it in Heather's purse. I don't know what I'll do, but
Chris Bell's story scares me. I used to be scared of flying. Now I'm scared to put my stuff on the plane.
Yeah.
And I've been watching that Manifest lately. Have you guys seen any of that?
No, what's that?
What? We'll wake up 5 years in the future. Yeah, I ain't going to Acme.
Okay. Well.
Well. All right. I don't know what's happened.
Hold on.
Chuck's blackout.
Am I lost? Yep.
Chuck's gone bye-bye. What have you got, Ray?
Wow.
All right. Unfortunately, it's time for Chuck. Chuck, what do you got going on your bench other than a lot of fear to angst?
God, I've got. Well, you guys see my bench earlier.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of stuff on my bench. I'm working on the 55, 1/16 scale right now. Slowly, because we're all us four are going to go to the NHRA museum, right?
Us
we all
three.
discussed that. Oh, us three. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't make
try.
it.
Okay.
I did try, but I can't get the time off.
So I'm doing that for their theme, and I'm building that 37 with the big surprise at the end, which I'm not telling nobody at the very end. That's a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming along really, really well. I've got all these little projects that I've started and put away, like the squirrels, I guess Matt would call them.
Oh,
I've got about 5 of those around here, but the main things I'm working on is the 37, the 55, and I've been really busy at work. So, I mean, it's, as you guys know, I've been really busy. So,
yep, we know.
Squirrels.
We appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh while saying that. But Matt just put a picture of a squirrel up on the screen.
That's about it, though.
And it's hiding its nuts.
Easy where you put that thumb.
Yeah.
Oh, better.
Okay. Well, no, it's all good, buddy. It's all good because we know you're doing quality stuff anyway. So
yep.
Cool. Well, I hear you guys asking silently, BG, what have you got going on your channel and or bench? Well, I'll tell you. I'm actually working on the AMT 2021 Ford Bronco. I did that as a mock-up to kind of like be the test bed for a 3D printed kit by BCG Resins. It was their camper shell thing. They're going to be coming out with that sometime soon, but we wanted to do a display of it at Desert Scale Classic, so I mocked up the truck real quick. And then while I was standing in line for a while, I happened to notice that the Curtis Midget, the race car, was on the trailer, and it was right next to the Bronco. I'm like, oh, that would be the perfect tow vehicle, especially with the camper top on there. So you could be like a weekend at the races or something, you know. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish building the Bronco so it can be the tow vehicle for the Curtis Midget, and then have the tent on top there for like weekend at the races type of thing. So like an infield type of scene or something. So I'm going to complete that as quickly as I dare, because it's actually a nice kit. I didn't realize how nice it was, but it fits together pretty good. Yes, it is missing an engine, but like everybody says, you open a hood, it's nothing but wires anyways, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe like a droid brain or something. And then I'm also working on the rally car build, my Toyota Corolla WRC, and making some slight modifications to it so that the photo etch from the Tamiya kit fits better onto the Hasegawa kit. And then stuff with the channel. A lot of folks actually commented on the video about that particular model car kit, and we're like, yeah, Hasegawa does do stuff with Revell sometimes, but they will not do anything with Tamiya because those guys are like arch rivals or something. So sometimes Tamiya will produce stuff under license from Italeri or Italeri, I don't know how to pronounce that, and then sometimes Hasegawa will do stuff with like Revell or Fujimi or Testers or something like that, but Tamiya pretty much keeps to themselves apparently. So thanks for all the feedback on that, guys, and to the Notebook of Knowledge, because he schooled me on that too.
So am I incorrect in thinking or trying to remember that there was a Tamiya version of that kit?
There was a Tamiya version.
Standalone kit?
Yeah, it's a completely different kit. I did print out the instructions and look through them, and just looking at the instructions, it's a completely different chassis and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, Hasegawa came out with one, and then Tamiya came out with the same car, but their own version of it. And according to ScaleMates, which isn't always accurate, apparently, I've been warned about that. But Tamiya produced that kit quite a while ago, and they haven't produced it since. So I don't know what's going on there. But it is kind of a fascinating. It's one of the things I love about this hobby is you get a kit, do a research on the subject itself, and then you do research on the actual kit, find out the history of the molds and all that kind of stuff. So I find that stuff absolutely fascinating. So I'm in heaven with that right now.
Heaven.
I'm in heaven. That's me running up and down the aisles at work. But yeah.
So tell me, do you like your job? Huh?
I like my job. I like my job. Okay. Yeah. It's not even a job. It's more of an adventure.
Cool.
But yeah. Okay. That's it for
I would
me.
be broke if I worked there, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'd have to pay them to go there to work.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be in debt.
I tell you what, I'm the guy that's been coming home every day going, I think I'll do some work at the bench. Oh, crap. I need primer. Oh, I work at a hobby store. So the next day I go into work and get 2 cans of primer off the shelf and put them on the counter. I'm like, told my friend Adam, Adam, ring me up for these right now. He goes, oh, are you sure you want me to do that now? I can get Andy to ring me up for it. No, I need them now because I'll forget. He said, oh, okay, great, no problem. So
nice.
So there we go. All right, cool. So that's it for us, our roundtable, and on to super sweet stash sale stuff. We're gonna start with Chuck.
Oh,
you look too comfortable.
Well, I went to you guys' soft opening at the hobby store you work at, and you're costing me money now.
Yeah, just like one of your kids.
I bought the 300 SL Goldwing by Italeri, however you say that.
Italeri.
It is 1/16th, by the way. 1/16th.
It is, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful box art.
I'm starting to dig these large scale kits, so I think I might be doing more large scale.
Cool.
So yeah,
I see that kind of like happening with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
Yeah.
Another blackout. Sorry.
we just lost Matt. Matt just joined me in the future.
Yeah, right.
He skipped over that moment in time to meet us at this moment in time.
Well, I got news for you. You
We're
guys
on
are
the same
still
plane.
not caught up to me in the future.
No,
that's true.
and you could always text us some Powerball numbers once in a while. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Come on.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Be useful.
It's 3 hours ahead of us, man.
Yeah. Well, okay. I will.
I'll cut you
I
in.
will stay.
What the hell, bro?
I'll stay up tonight. And is it tonight?
Yeah.
I don't play the lottery. I notoriously have really bad
Friday,
luck.
Saturday,
too.
Wednesday, and what, Tuesday?
Okay, so I'll send you the numbers tonight at whenever they draw them.
Right.
All
Then I'll go down to the gas station in the corner and get a ticket.
I'll buy you lunch.
Sweet.
I'll buy you a plane ticket so you can come here and say thank you.
I'll take you to
Listen.
Whataburger. Get the discount.
Man, I can't wait for Whataburger.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
They're the ones that have the banana shakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you need to do is stop by Safeway, get a banana, and then everything can be a banana shake.
What's a Safeway?
What's a Safeway? Oh my God. All right. Join us for our next podcast called Educating Jason.
Oh my goodness. Jason, you slay me, brother.
How do you solve a problem like Jason? All right. So super
luck.
sweet stuff. So Chuck, did you have anything else to share before we went on tangents?
No, well, I do, but no, that's good enough.
That's good
I
enough.
agree. It's way good enough.
Yeah. Isn't that what it says inside your wedding ring? That's good enough.
Good enough.
All right.
That's fair.
Before I get slapped, let's move on to Jason.
Jason.
So I got a couple of things to talk about. I'm not going to screw this up again like I did earlier, and you guys laughed at me. So I got a few things of soft flock from Just Flock It.
Dude, I thought he was going to say I got a few things with socks because he's pulling out this bag.
Well,
it's what are you doing?
It's what came off the socks. It's all, the sock scrapings.
That's nasty. You guys are wow. So I got wine, I got black, and I got charcoal gray. I've never flocked anything, so I'm actually kind of excited to try this stuff.
You're a nasty boy.
Pump the brakes a little bit. Wasn't Jason the one that says he doesn't like the look of flocking?
I don't, but this comes highly recommended. This stuff is a very fine powder. So I'm told that this is the most realistic looking flocking that you can get.
Sure it is.
Flock out of here.
The best flock for your buck.
He said he's never flocked before. I thought he had a kid.
This is 3. This is not. Yeah,
I didn't say it.
It says create a soft, velvety finish. Great for box lining, scale models, and something that's covered by the flock itself that I can't see. So, yeah.
So you have some specific colors, or do you have some builds in mind?
Anything I do,
coming up
actually. Soon? So I am going to be building the Tamiya 300 SL Gullwing for my club show. It's going to be white with a dark red interior. So that flock is for that. And then the black, I think, might be for my Street Machine group build. And then gray, just because gray looks good in a lot of stuff. So,
but you do know that those things, I mean, you can use a little bit goes a long way.
I don't. I've never flocked anything before. Remember?
Yeah, that whole bag of flocking powder, that's flocking powder, will last you a long time.
Good.
I got flocking powder that I've had since the 80s.
Yeah.
And I still haven't used it. So, anyways.
You could probably flock your whole stash
a little
with that.
strainer too.
It was for the 66 Malibu kit back when he started that in the 80s.
Oh wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so anyways, I'm hoping that's black and gray, good basic colors for interior carpets,
definitely,
right?
Definitely.
And
Or
Very
trunks
well done.
What's that?
Or trunks also.
Ooh, trunks.
Yeah.
Trunks,
That's a good idea. Anyway, moving on. I picked up, well, I didn't pick it up. I worked out a trade with my buddy Dave for the Oldsmobile 72 Hurst Oldsmobile Cutlass 442 convertible kit. Never had that kit. Told it's really nice. So
Bet that's a good kit. That's that limited edition one.
Yeah. So we grabbed this. Then I purchased the Mobius 71 Ford Custom 4x4.
Right on. I like that.
I want one
This
of those.
box is heavy.
Is that a long bed?
It is.
I think all Mobius kits are long beds inherently.
Nope, I have a Mobius Ford short bed.
Wait till that
Okay.
Chevy comes out. It's going to be a short bed.
Their first one that they put out, the 69 with the straight six, had a short bed.
It did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How cool would it be if you could take that kit and combine it with these parts and have a lifted short bed?
That would be awesome.
Ideas. Anyway, so we picked this up.
There you
And
go.
then
Aren't you glad they don't charge by the pound on Mobius kits?
I am. The coup de grace.
Oh
yeah.
MR2.
MR2.
Mr. 2.
The only thing that bums me out about this kit, which not really, but it kind of does, is it's molded in the dark green. Why do you do that?
Maybe they had some plastic left over from military kits. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
What you should do is try polishing it out with no paint.
I would like to do that as long as it's not like a Tamiya kit and have the swirls in the plastic.
Yeah. That often happens with metallic plastics for some reason. Seems to show up more on that.
Yeah, this is not metallic, so maybe I might stand a chance, actually. I might do that. Now that you say that, Chuck, that's a good idea, actually.
Because Mitch, that guy we met, Mitch, he did some awesome stuff doing that, and it looked legit, dude.
Yeah. That was the little coffin.
Yeah.
The 125th scale little coffin. That was the Desert Scale Classic.
I would have never known if you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was painted.
I thought it was painted too until I mentioned it. I was like, no freaking way.
What his
because I was like, this dude's the best painter ever.
Now he's like, no, he's the best polisher ever. You know, I don't know what I didn't get a chance to ask what the polishing thing is, but I mean, dude, maybe he just whipped out the Novus and started using that stuff. You know,
maybe.
I don't know. Write in, Mitch. Let us know.
Yeah,
yes,
Mitch,
please
do.
That would actually be like some kind of cool how-to video feature. Get him to do that. Because to polish out just
I'm sure there's
plastic.
people out there that's done polishing plastic tutorials.
Or that.
Yeah. So okay, cool. Awesome stuff, Jason. I'm really digging that pickup truck though, and if you can combine those parts of the short bed, that would be even cooler.
Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah.
I double dog dare you.
Wow.
The problem is once you open that box up and take the parts out, you're gonna have to build it because it can't go back in again.
Never getting it back in there again. Yeah.
Yeah, they do some sort of Doctor Who TARDIS type of thing to get stuff in there. And then Mr. Matt, what have you got to share with the class?
This will be ironic, maybe, because of, like I said, there's a little bit of a hustle bustle going on because it's Fargan War. And just in case, I just felt like getting a hold of another one.
Just in case.
66 Malibu flip nose. Buddy of mine was who deals with kits, had it, and I thought, he was doing some trade, and I thought I'd snag another one. I just don't think you have too many of these. Whether you build this or the parts in this kit are absolutely fantastical. I love the stuff that's in this kit. And
I think it
also,
builds well.
My favorite set of wheels, man. They got these Super Tricks in there, or center lines. I never remember which it is, but that style. They're so cool, bigs and littles of this. So yeah, I haven't been buying much, but a little bit of swapping and trading. Now it was pretty cool to get this kit.
Right on.
Nice.
So what the heck? And like I said, it is the year of the Malibu, so why not rejoice?
Or so I've told.
Yeah.
The year of the Malibu.
The year of the Malibu.
Boo, Malibu. Okay.
Malibu.
And for us, we scored the Mobius pickup truck kit, tow truck kit. And then I was over at Mr. Joel's place, Mr. Iceman Collections, last weekend. And while I was there, I went ahead and picked up the little set of extra wheels that you can for the tow dolly. Picked up a set of those, so I'm going to add that together. But I was watching Craig's Corner. He was doing a build up with this, and I was really impressed at how well it built up. So Craig did a great job with that, and I'm kind of envious, and I'm like, I got to do that myself. So when I scored that, I was like, thumbs up. So that's my stash ad today. But we also did a big stash ad video last week where we just got caught up for like 2 different shows that we've gone to. So the stash floor stack is now down. I can see the floor now. So I'm like, yay, I'm all caught up.
Nice.
So there we go. All right, guys. Thanks for sharing your eagerly purchased kits or traded kits. That brings us to the Northeast Model Car Report. Mr. Jason, what news have you?
What news have I? Well, I have some upcoming shows and some new kit announcements and some other stuff. So, starting with shows, as always, May 4th, the Sacramento Autorama held at the California Expo Center, Sacramento, California, and that's sponsored by the City Styles Model Car Club. I do believe that is Billy Strange's club, correct?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay, so make sure you go over there, find Billy, and say hi.
I think that Rattle Can Shenanigans guy too. Isn't he in that club?
Is he?
Part of that club? Yep.
Yeah, Ted's in that club
well,
too.
If you see Ajax, go up, say hi, give him a good old punch in the stomach for Matt.
Yeah, please.
Oh my God.
Because it's
Fargan War.
Fargan War.
Also on May 4th, the Spring Thaw Model Car Show held at the Willowvale Fire Company in Chadwicks, New York. These 2 shows actually are probably happening as you're listening to this or just before you listen to this, unfortunately.
Good possibility. Depends on how lazy I am this weekend.
Fantastic. Next, May 10th, the Mid-Atlantic NNL held at the Level Volunteer Fire Company, 3633 Level Village Road, Havre de Grace, Maryland. The themes for that show are 60s drag cars and Mopars.
Yeah.
Then, May 16th and 17th, Model-Rama, presented by Chopped and Glued Club in conjunction with Hoosier Vintage Wheel, the Hoosier Vintage Wheels Car Show. Boy, that was tougher than it needed to be.
My goodness gracious.
Held at the Johnson. You will what?
I won't cut it.
I hope you don't. Held at the Johnson County Fairgrounds, 150 Fairground Street, Franklin, Indiana. Then May 17th, SilverCon 2025, hosted by IPMS Silver Wings. That's held at the Town and Country Lutheran Church, 4049 Marconi Ave, Sacramento, California. Remember, everyone, look for Billy from Billy Strange Auto Models and Ted from Rattle Can Shenanigans. Use the promo code those guys for a 10% coupon on hugs. and apparently, you can give Ted from Rattle Can Shenanigans a punch in the stomach for Matt.
Do that, and I think all that combined makes
Oh my God.
The thoughts and suggestions expressed by Jason are not necessarily those of the
There
rest
you
of the
go.
podcast and or the podcast platform in which you're listening to.
May 18th, the RTS Expo Contest and Marketplace. That is held at the Franklin Elks Center, Franklin, Massachusetts. Next would be May 24th, Best of the West, sponsored by IPMS Las Vegas. That's held at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Our good friend Chuck and our good friend BG? No, not our good friend BG.
No.
Okay, so just our good friend Chuck is going to be at that show.
Are you going to tomorrow's or Sunday show?
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Yeah, good deal.
Want to race?
Yes.
Okay, you win.
Wow.
I just realized
That was
Susan's going to be
exciting.
driving. I just realized Susan's going to be driving. I cannot beat her.
That's funny. The show that they're talking about is the SoCal Open, obviously.
Where's it at? Oh no, it's
Southern
it's not.
California.
I forgot it wasn't in Pomona.
Right. Maybe I have. Chuck doesn't know where it's at. Maybe I have a chance to.
You
You
might
have
have
a
a chance.
small chance.
Oh, yeah.
Little do you know, Chuck's going to hit a Whataburger and leave right after this recording.
Right. Yeah. Dang it.
Yep.
Boom,
Gosh.
damn.
Let's see. May 31st, the Capital Area Model Society 2025 Spring Classic Model Show held at the Fredericton High School, 300 Priestman Street, Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. The theme is Thunderbirds for automotive and Warsaw Pack for military. Now, the next one is really cool. June 7th and 9th, the Australian Model Expo, 2025, held at the Sandown Entertainment Center, Sandown Racecourse, Princes Highway, Springvale, Melbourne, Australia.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes. This show has over 60 categories, including aircraft, military, sci-fi, and, of course, cars and trucks. They also have demonstrations, swap and sell, club displays, and there are some traders there.
Oh, good.
Traders being Australian for businesses, I would assume.
Yeah.
So, and then they have some special raffles going on. So, our friends in Australia put on some pretty cool shows from what I understand. So, you folks over there, thanks for sending the info. And I wish I could make it there for a show, but
That would be fun.
Man, that
Crikey.
Acme is as far as he can fly.
Our Acme is as far as I can fly. Did you say crikey?
I said it, yes.
Crikey.
Okay, sorry to our Australian friends from that.
The accents portrayed by Chuck are not necessarily sponsored by the rest of the podcast.
No, they are not. Okay, upcoming kit news. So, coming in late June from Mobius, they have the Fleetmaster series. That would be the coupe, the sedan delivery, and the Aero sedan. That is due to show up late June. Now, I have a bit of bad news. We're not going to get too far into this. If you folks want to dig more into it, you can look it up and you can form your own opinions on what is going on. But due to the new U.S. tariffs,
Ouch.
yeah, and the issues with China, everybody is canceling the pre-orders on the Mobius 1970 ramp truck and the 1965 BFX Mercury Cyclones. So we're not going to get those right away, guys, unfortunately. Hopefully things will level off and we can recover, and then maybe they'll reconsider sending them. But it's not going to happen for at least a little while. And then just announced from round 2, they're coming up with some very cool re-releases. The 68 El Camino Street Machine, the 69 GTX Hardtop with an all-new decal sheet, which is pretty cool. It's got some custom decals.
Yeah, looks kind of like marble or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. the 05 Chrysler 300C.
Yes.
That doesn't, right off the bat, I think, But if I think about it, that actually could be a pretty cool model. It's a full detail.
It's a pretty cool
yeah.
kit.
Let's
It's a full
just say
detail.
lead sled.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. And then the 1953 Ford pickup truck Baja Patrol.
No.
So it comes with custom parts, but it also comes with a bunch of
When you say Baja, I was expecting you to say Baja Bar Harbor. It's like, why would the pickup truck be up there patrolling Bar Harbor?
It's the Baja Patrol.
Okay.
It's the Baja.
Bahaba Patrol.
Sorry. I can't hear an accent sometimes. Okay. Moving on.
Anyway, so that's it for new kits coming out for now. Again, bad news with the Mobius kits, but let's hope the world figures itself out and we can get a chance of getting those again soon.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, thank you very much, Jason. Appreciate that and all the research that you do on that. Appreciate that. And then let's go on to Mr. Chuck with the 3D printing news.
All right, guys. Let's start with Chris Bell with Scale Speed Garage. He has part 1 of the Scale Speed Garage 50 pack coming out this weekend. So I'm actually looking forward to that. Part 2 drops next week. There are 2 bowl kits. I'm not telling you which ones they are. He's hinted about it enough times, but they're bitching. So if you guys want to see some cool full kits,
right on.
You better check into this. So he's got that, and then we'll have on our next show. They're gonna be here, and we're gonna have a special announcement. So stay tuned for that. Okay, guys.
Ooh, special.
Yeah, we're gonna announce it on the show actually. For Joel with Iceman Collections, he's got the new Smokey and the Bandit figures.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that.
Yeah. Under Dash track or 8-track players. Under Dash AC units. This stuff can be pretty cool for your old classic cars.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think I need some of them.
As an Arizonan, yes.
Under Dash heaters and a CB radio. And
stuff for New Englanders too.
Yeah, yep. and he did want to add that they will be closed on 5/7 through 5/11. So this month, the 7th through 11th. So that's all he has. And BCG Resins has the new Ford wide block coming out, the Cobra version. That thing's pretty cool. Did anybody look at that?
Yeah.
No,
I actually want one of those pretty bad. So it's pretty cool. If anybody can see at home, it's this.
I have have one right
here. Oh, yeah.
Did he send one to you?
Yeah.
Yes. So he has that. And guess what he's got, Brian?
What's that?
The pizza box finally has a pizza in it.
Yay!
That's a must-have.
That's
got one with like pizza cut out of it. So that's pretty cool. It can look like it's been eaten.
That is cool.
Yeah, I have 2 versions of it. I have the one that's all printed in one thing, and then I have the one where you actually have to put it together like a model.
Yeah.
kit. I love it. It's just so fun.
So also I printed some of this out, the hats that he's coming out with. So that's got it's all kinds of hats.
Oh, cool.
So I kind of want to put one of those in the car, maybe put Iceman Collections or VCG Resins or something on it, or Chuck's Hobby Spot or something, So he also has the KC headlights that are coming out. So
sweet.
Those are kind of cool. Might go well on Jason's truck.
Yeah, dude. They've got the KC is like printed right into the cover. That's awesome.
That's actually something that I've always tried to figure out a way to source something like that on 4-wheel drive vehicles I've built.
It's being done, pal.
Yeah,
I
so
think
that's
I need
awesome for
that.
like a period truck. Then yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
God.
like that. Oh shit!
So-
Maybe I should put some on my Bronco.
Man,
I don't
that
know.
would go really good on the front of that.
That's pretty much all I got for now.
Pretty much it, huh?
Pretty much a slow week.
Pretty much.
Some
Pretty
cool
much.
stuff though. Cool stuff. The
Oh, heck
figures Joel's got coming out are pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Smokey and the Bandit figures?
Yep, I got to see them in person, and they look awesome.
I
Especially
wanna-
little Enos, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Little
I'll-
Enos Burdette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Enos.
Whoa!
It's
I'm
with an E,
collecting-
not a P.
I'm collecting
And
parts
Snowman
to do the
with
Snowman
red.
truck.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm gonna build that truck,
got
and I'm collecting parts for it.
Heck yeah, that's
Got that
cool.
figure of Snowman, and he's holding Fred.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Oh,
Get
man,
out, Fred.
One of my favorite lines of movie done Marvel. Hang on your ass, Fred.
Yeah. Oh, no, Fred.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be truck drivers. That was what T was singing. But yeah, the Cletus Snow figure looked great. I thought that was awesome looking. And then the Junior is actually printed holding on Sheriff Buford T. Justice's hat. So they're standing there, and his hand is molded in a way where you have to have Buford standing next to him, and his hand is on his hat.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
That's classic. That's iconic. That's awesome. So yeah, I was kind of stoked because I saw them sitting on his desk. I'm like, is that Ed Daddy Roth? And he's like, no, that's Junior. I'm like, who? Oh. And they got sworn.
that's cool.
They got sworn to secrecy. So I was like, oh, that's not fun. Anyway, cool. I tell you what, guys, why don't we take a little break,
Mhm.
and then we'll come back
Okay.
and we'll blast out these emails, and then we'll all have a good time. Okay?
Nice.
All right,
A
cool.
grand good time.
We'll be right back.
Alrighty.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Oh man, this looks terrible. Oh, what's wrong, Beavis? The engine in my model car kit sucks. It sucks. Look at this. Maybe you should try IcemanCollections.com. He has all sorts of stuff for model cars and junk. They're all 3D printed parts. Oh, really? Do tell. Yeah, here, check it out. Oh, hello, I am Carl. You have 3D parts for my model car? Shut up, Beavis. Yeah, okay, I'm going to order some stuff right now.
Hello, yes, I'd like to order a number 2, supersized with cheese, please.
Okay. Like drive-through. Maybe we should get back to work. He said number 2. Shut up. I'm trying to elevate my next build with Iceman Collections. IcemanCollections.com, the home of hundreds of model car parts that you need to elevate your build. Thanks for sticking around through that little commercial break there, folks. We appreciate that very much. And we're always grateful to Iceman Collections for their sense of humor and being good sports. So thank you, Joel. Now it brings us to the meat and potatoes of this particular podcast, and that is the emails. I hold in my hand a stack of them, half a ream practically, because that's how much I went through printing them. And we're going to start off with a very important one, and that is going to be from Richard, whom I actually got to meet in Colorado, the one that wrote us the email about the scale wars.
Really?
And,
You got to meet him?
I got to meet him. Very, very nice man. He was actually there. I saved this nice little bombshell to share with you guys, but very nice guy. And he said, yeah, I got a lot of response from a lot of the podcasts that he wrote to. So that's awesome.
Nice.
Now we're going to, if you don't remember the email from Richard that we'd read before, we will refresh your memory now. And he starts off with subject line, discussion topic, scale wars. Da-dun! Stuff starts scrolling up the screen.
Wars, nothing but scale wars.
It says, hello, gentlemen, exclamation point. I'm writing to you en masse for the sake of efficiency, so please accept my apologies for the lack of personalization. I have a show discussion topic for you all to ponder. Scale wars. The premise is as simple as it is fictional. Imagine I have hired each of you as a consultant to my brand new, again fictional, scale model manufacturing company. I want to shake up the injection mold kit industry, and I'm relying on your knowledge and expertise. I am not interested in which kit you want made that either doesn't exist yet or you don't have. Let's see here. Or not worried about new tooling. Instead, I want to know your opinion on scale. I'm tasking you each individually with 2 assignments in this discussion. Time and money are not considerations here. The most functional part of all. The most fictional part of all, he says. Number 1, you, in all caps, must eliminate a standard popular modeling scale from a genre of your choosing and justify your choice. For the snarky-minded amongst you, box scale does not count, which was going to be my answer. Or they shouldn't have picked that scale, thusly. Number 2, you shall, in all caps, replace the eliminated scale by adding a new scale for any modeling genre of your choice that you believe is not represented well in the industry or even at all. And you must tell me why I should invest in your idea, or why they should have picked the scale instead. Remember, in this scenario, you are a pool of consultants competing with each other to have your pitch chosen. So bring your A game to the arguments. I know modelers can have strong opinions about their preferred scales, so I hope this is taken in spirit of fun. But if their friendship or two gets dented, well, you can't let this stand in the way of progress. Good luck, and may the best arguments win. Rick Baker, scale modeler outlier.
Okay. So what he's asking is, he asking that we come up with a new scale and eliminate a remaining scale that's...
Yeah, eliminate an existing scale and replace it with a new scale. Right?
Well, that's kind of... because to me, there's so many scales, it's pretty vast already.
Right? And Jason's rubbing his hands together. I am curious to see what Jason has to say.
I am
I
too,
would... Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Well.
Okay. So if I understood this correctly, I have to get rid of a scale, a popular scale, in the genre of my choosing.
Mm-hmm.
For me, simple. 1/20th automotive.
I was going to say that.
Out. See ya. Hate that scale. Nothing. It's because I'm OCD, I think. But my scales have to match.
Mm-hmm.
At 1/20th, it don't go with nothing. Like a 1/25th and a 1/24th, you can kind of, it's close enough, right? But 1/20th,
Right. And a lot of 1/20th stuff comes in a box that's very similar sized as a 1/25th/1/24. So you pick it up, you walk up to the counter, you pay your money, you get out to the car, and oh, God darn it.
Yeah, well, I have a 1/20th scale Lindbergh Chevy S10 pickup truck.
What do you suggest to put a new scale? One.
Yeah, big tube of glue to put that together. No,
comes in a caulking gun.
We got rid of the 1/20th, right?
Yep.
Here's where the curveball comes in. I can replace it with any scale that I want in a genre of my choosing. I want to add 1/25th to the military side.
Oh, wow.
I want my tanks and my deuce and halves and my planes to match my car scale.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen a 1/24 scale model airplane for like World War II? Because there used to be a P-51 Mustang that was a P-51 Mustang, or was it a Spitfire in 1/24 scale? Have you seen those?
No, because they don't exist.
Yes, they do.
Where?
Well, they used to. I had one. I had a Spitfire. I think it was might have been Revell. I don't remember. I think it might have been Revell. Yeah. But that thing was freaking huge. It's like, what?
So in my mind, with that kind of stuff, bigger is better. That's what I would do.
What do you think, Matt? Would you like to go next?
Oh boy, it's.
I mean, Jason's not off far from off point here because I happen to know from personal experience that 1/16 scale armor is selling like friggin' literal hotcakes now.
That's become
oh my gosh. And that stuff is humongous.
Yeah, I was going to say 1/16 scale armor. That's got to be ginormous.
Yeah. It's definitely bigger than in my head.
It's definitely bigger than your head.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It's bigger than your head.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't sneak it out of the store with a hat on, so I'm stuck.
The detail in that scale is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You ever get to really take a look at any of these?
Yeah.
These kits Andy's Hobby headquarters is putting out in 16 scale. They're just wow. It's like if you get a hold of that TACOM Jeep that BG and I built the pre-production one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that Jeep is so cool, man. That is, and 16 scale is a scale that's kind of like in our genre of what fits in. So that's kind of a cool thing. So that's where I like your idea. It would be really great to see some 25th scale armor. Maybe not tanks. I'd lean towards a lot of the soft skin armored vehicles. The wheeled vehicles like that. It'd be bitching to have a 25th scale deuce and a half. I love that vehicle, and that would be something that would be nice to. I guess I gotta be with you on that when I'm kind of doing it backwards, but I guess I've kind of chosen my bring the scale with the armor vehicles to 25th scale. That would be marketed towards the model car builders to get them kind of segued into doing more military stuff. You follow?
Yeah.
And military, and it seems like military soft skin has started to become very popular in our end of model building. There's a lot of more like what we are car centric builders, but they're starting to build a lot of soft skin. There's so many cool kits. But they're either 48th.
Yeah.
It's like I got that. I would love to have that MRAP in 20.
Yes.
The MRAP from Ryefield is so cool. I got a 48.
What about those fast attack buggies that they have for like the special forces guys?
Yeah.
You see those in 135th. Those are cool. But like, dude, I want one of those in 24 scale, man.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? So I got to go with Jason on that one. As far as a scale, I'm not really, I can't wrap my head so much around it. It's a tough one to come up with what would be a good marketing thing or whatever I'm supposed to be doing, being in this think tank. Eliminating a scale, I wouldn't eliminate. I think there's a place for 20th scale. I hate 20th scale with stock, street cars and stuff. Can't stand it. Like you said, like that, like Lindbergh won there was an AMX they did. There was that S10. Hated it, but I do like the 20th scale, like the Tamiya F1 cars, and then Salvino's wanted to kind of stick with that because there's a few other companies they do 20th scale, F1 or European race cars and stuff like that. And then, their Indy cars that they come out with are really cool. It's a good scale for that. But so I don't totally want to kill 20th scale, but definitely don't ever don't ever do a streetcar in 20th scale ever again, or I will be sad. But so I really can't say of a scale that needs to be chucked. Man.
Why do you use the term chuck? I'm offended.
You gotta chuck a one scale and replace it with another of your job. I guess crap, this is a tough one. Replace. I don't know about replacing. I just like.
I don't think I've ever seen Matt drown quite like this.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't really go any.
Just pick it.
I can't really go any farther with it. I can't really wrap my skull around that one.
You have
but
to.
I do like the whole thing with Jason. It would be so cool if a model kit company took a crack at having the Huevos Rancheros to do 25th scale or 24th scale. If it was Tamiya to start pumping out, just make their soft skin armor bigger. That's really the only thing I would go with is the soft. I don't know about tanks, maybe a couple tanks, see what happens, but
just the figures alone that the military stuff would come out with would be awesome because
man,
you could recarve some of that stuff or remodel it a little bit to be used for the car world,
Yeah,
cool. Brian's staring in my direction right now.
Yeah.
That's
kind
of the direction I was going to go.
Think about the fact that there's already a 1/24th scale half track out on the market.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had one and it didn't survive. Something bad happened to it. But anyway, it was a good scale for that.
Do you remember what manufacturer it was?
Yeah, it was a monogram. It was the it was the Rommel's rod. That's a 1/24th scale half track.
There you go.
Right. That's a Tom Daniel dealie.
Yep. All right.
Right on.
Next.
Let's see. Chuck, do you want to go?
Well, I'm between Brian and Jason. I think we get rid of the 1/20th, and there's a reason why I say that is because and Matt verified doing street cars in 1/20th. Okay. Something that was really, really disappointing to me is the AMX 1/20th scale car. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that you know what file just came out? I picked it up. And I sent it to you guys in our chat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
So now we can do this in 1/24th, 1/25th, 1/16th. This is great. What I'm holding up, guys, is the 68 AMX, the AMC AMX.
I already I got a Johan one.
But I'm so giddy over that. I've already scaled it to 1/16th. It's ready to push button in my machine. So
you maniac.
And what I think they should come out with is 1/25th figures. I mean, because you can always put those with your automotive.
Dude.
Yeah.
So let's 1/25th the world or 1/16th the world. I mean, let's get rid of the 1/20th. Let's just axe it, kill it, burn it.
I wonder what the whole philosophy behind the 1/20th scale thing was in the first place.
This was the 60s. They were smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah. So it's weird because I hear people like Matt say that the 1/20th scale suits the Indy cars and stuff really well. But I have an AMT 1/25th scale Indy car.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. Why can't we build 1/25th Indy?
Exactly.
Right. I have a whole AMT 3-car piece up here on the stash of 1/25th scale IndyCar winners. So
yes, I can
somewhere one of these days list.
I can give you a little quick insight on that whole why Salvino's JR models chose to go 20th scale because they wanted to pair up with them to be able to be built by and sit next to the
Tamiyas. Well, I understand that.
Yeah, I get that.
But here's why. What that did, it was incredibly successful because that was a heck of a gamble. I remember, should we not? But it worked because it opened up. Oh, I'm sorry. There goes the dog. So much for being a good dog.
Let's get another one, they say.
An international market for Salvino's JR models, and those IndyCar kits sold like crazy, especially in Asia and Europe. They sold like crazy because of that. And a big thing was cool. They were glad that they were 20th scale because that's what they build over there when they're, the majority of the market that does F1 and open wheel stuff. So that was what they were hoping for, and it opened up, and then those people are now buying also now their NASCAR kits. So that was a heck of a gamble, but it worked. So, that whole 20th scale thing, Am I a fan of it? Would I have rather seen those Indy cars be 24th? I would have. I said it, but I understood why they went that way. And after building a couple of them, 1.5, I guess, it's pretty. It really worked out pretty nice. But yeah, the AMT, Jason, you got the AMT, the 25th scale Indy car.
Yeah,
those were, if you're talking about the 80s ones, the early 90s, those were a little nicer than the 24 scale monograms. Those were kind of clunky.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving along.
So for me, I can't really. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not going to be in the model car genre here. I'm gonna hop out and go to the sci-fi genre. 1/537th scale.
What?
Why?
What?
Why? Yeah. Why? Okay, I bring this up because I was actually stocking some shelves yesterday at my job, and I was like, putting up the Star Trek stuff. I'm like, this box is oddly sized. What scale is this? 1/537th. What? Okay, that is the most random number I've ever come across on model box art for scale size. So I'm like,
all right, let's kill that one.
Yeah, let's get.
Yeah.
I wonder if that is the 1/20th scale for sci-fi.
Right. Yeah, we want a 1/16th Enterprise.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Take up your ceiling, bro.
I know, right? It's like I had to build it on the roof of my house. So that would be mine. And then if I was going to introduce a new scale, since we have 1/24th, 1/25th in the model car world, I would go back to the sci-fi world for Gundam and go 1/145th scale. So there's 1/144th and 1/145th scale, just to confuse the masses.
Wow.
Because that's how I roll. That's how
big would that car be?
Well, so you can have your Gundam figure and your other Gundam figure that are supposed to be the same size, but they're just, a micron off.
A little bit. It'd be like me and you standing next to each other.
Exactly. Or me and anybody else standing next to each other.
Anybody else. Can you imagine a 1/700th scale car?
Well, yeah. I think we sell one. I think we sell one. It might be in the ship scale. Because there's a ship scale, it's like 1/700th, right? And there's like photo etch people. I'm like, come on. Bugs don't even come that small, But but I'm like, okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, it is what it is. That's where I go.
Very cool.
All right. Well, Rick, thank you for your email. I don't think we ruined or dented any friendships, at least not until we get our next round of emails. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm finished with Chuck. It's done. It's over. Taking a swing at him.
Are we breaking up?
Oh, the band is breaking up. Okay. I have often said that I feel like I'm a 1/20th scale model kit on the shelf in the world of in the world itself, being on somebody's stash of 1/25th scale models. So that's how I see myself. All right, cool. So moving on to the next one by Mr. Keith McGregor. And he says, raise your hands if you have got 5+ uncompleted builds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's me. And it says, when I counted a week ago, I'm embarrassed to say there are 21 kits in various stages of completion. I thought I needed to focus, concentrate, and start finishing these. In 1 week, three kits became finished, with a great sense of accomplishment. Many of the remaining builds required as little as 2 or 3 hours to complete. I'm now committed to finishing them all before I crack open one more kit. Good luck with that, Keith. I know you've discussed this in the past, but what gets you motivated to finish those partially built models? Great show as always. Thank you, Keith. Oh, what is their motivation? Apparently, Matt has to start a war.
A war and a. I actually got 2 incompletes that I'm working on right now. That there was a war started. And then the 57 Chevy, it was the fact that we're into that time period that it seems appropriate to have theme classes at shows that are tri-5s because, was 60 years ago. So having a show that I really enjoy going to, having that as a theme really said, oh, this is a model I've wanted to get done anyways for the longest time, and a paint job I've always wanted to do. So it got me rocking. I've actually been working on the 57 Chevy a lot lately and have gotten a lot done. And I can agree with what Mr. McGregor, wow, Mr. McGregor said, that it's been very gratifying. I'm like sitting back and looking, oh man, I did this and that. And it's starting to look like 57 Chevy Gasser, man. It's pretty cool. So it's so many different multiple things, or sometimes you're just going through and you just find a model that you were working on, you had forgotten about, and you look at it and go, this thing looks cool. I think I'm going to finish it. And then you put it back in the box and put it up on the shelf. That's my take.
What about you, Jason?
Well, you guys know I don't often abandon something.
That's right. You finish every one you start.
Almost. I have one kit that was abandoned. It was the Torino that I did as a beater muscle car, and that I don't even remember why I put that back in the box, to be honest with you. I think I wasn't happy with the way the rusting was coming out.
I remember you and I talking about that.
Yeah, so and it's close, but it got put back in the box months ago. Haven't even looked at it since.
What do you think would be motivation to get that one done?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I know the motivation.
What?
Drop it from the top shelf.
Yeah, right.
A revenge build?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a kind of a tough one for me because I make it a point to start and finish. I guess that would be 99% of what I do, because I have that one kit that's not. Yep.
I used to struggle, no matter how hard it was, struggle to just, stick with it, finish it. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of torturing myself with something that I don't want to work on, or it's not going well. Set it aside, work on something else, and then come back to it. And maybe the problem will have solved itself, or I'll come up with an idea or see something in a video that gives me an idea of how to tackle something. So a lot of stuff can get done that way. But for the 6 models I have sitting on my shelf here in front of me, I mean, I got the old Tom build that did a chuck, and then but that was in the box, so I have all the parts. They're just all broken into smaller pieces. So I turned it back into a model kit again, and I have the Johan 70 Tornado, which I painted and cleared, and I just need to buff out the clear. But that was like 2 years ago, so that stuff's diamond hard now. And then I have the Dale Earnhardt Jr. AC Delco car that just needs decals, and I can finish that. And I'm just like, well, one of these days I'll do decals, And then the ZZ Top Eliminator, I had to sand that and repaint that a couple times, and now I'm like, just kind of don't want to paint it again.
Yeah, you're over it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, Keith's right. We just have a couple of little things here and there to finish on some stuff, and it will be done. But I just don't want to deal with it. I want to keep moving. I want to keep following that dopamine train and move on to things that are interesting and
exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, catch my interest and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like that Bronco kit that I'm working on right now, the 2021 Bronco. When I saw that hooked up to the trailer that kind of slid together in the box I was carrying them in, when I saw those hooked up, it was like it was my chocolate and peanut butter coming together. I was like, oh, this is the thing. Okay, and I got my eyes got all wide, like an anime character.
Yeah,
I go, I'm gonna work on this. So yeah, that sparked my interest, and now I'm like, let's do this. And there are several other things I should be working on, but that's the hot one right now that I got to work on. So that's where I'm at with that. How about you, Chuck?
I have a couple kits that are kind of abandoned. Yeah, they're abandoned. One is the 62 Impala that me and Chris Sobak, we were going to build a couple lowriders, and I took it, I sanded everything. It's all ready for primer. It's just sitting in one of my plastic drawers right now, and I think about it now all the time. It's probably time to take it out. You remember that dragster, that Mobile One dragster I had?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I swapped you for that. Yeah, I swapped you for that.
That's sitting in there too. That's all in primer, ready to get painted and everything. It just died, you know. And my Blazer build that died too. They're all sitting in. I have one of those 3-drawer plastic thing, you know, and they're all sitting in there stacked up. So, and I got these 2 builds right now that are sitting in the works getting built, and I'm thinking, man, maybe I'll pull one of those out, but now I'm looking at a small scale. See, my mind's already working on the next build because I see it.
Yeah.
It's in front of me, and I can't. My thing is I need to take those kits and put them in front of my face so I know that I can't start another one.
Yeah,
and
I can come over and rub your nose in it if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
That's a bad Chuck.
And I'm an old dog. I just ain't gonna learn. So, and those are really cool kits that are just sitting there, and I know that. I mean, that 62 Impala. Who doesn't want to build that?
Right.
So,
is that the Limburg one?
I think it might be the AMT one, which might be. I think it's the AMT one, but still, it's a great kit, and so much you can do with it. And that Blazer, seeing your guys' all these Blazers that were being built, you know, like yours and Mark's Blazer, really nice Blazers. Now I know that, I mean, you could do something cool with that kit. When they picked it, I was like, oh, crap.
Me too.
Then I'm like, oh, Pro Street. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I've got a couple, but I usually tend to try to always finish what I start. I mean, and I will if I don't die, you know.
I think you should cross the dragster, the top fuel dragster, with the Blazer. Have a top fuel Blazer. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do it.
You're already making me want to push it further in the drawer.
Oh, but wait a minute. What if you narrowed the Blazer?
Yeah.
And then put the narrowed body over the dragster thing with the motor sticking out of the back.
Right.
Ooh. Now I want to do that.
Or the Impala.
Hey,
set it in your way.
Do the Impala.
Boxing it up now.
Do the Impala with the lowrider paint job, but narrow the body like Jason was saying, and put that on the top fuel chassis.
Narrow the body.
Oh, you're so
put the
pretentious.
4-wheel drive tires on it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking now.
Yeah, it's a lowrider rock crawler. 13-inch off-road wheels on it, you know.
I'll get those 3 done. It's just I once you get it, like I got into this 3D printing stuff, and I'm able to.
And we haven't seen you since, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Yeah, I remember Chuck.
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
I still complete builds, but I get too many ideas now.
You're not really Chuck. You're an AI representation of how Chuck used to be.
Could be. So, yeah, now you guys make me want to just shut you guys off and start building the Blazer. Bye.
Go right ahead. Nice knowing you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty then. So let's see. That was by Keith, right? Right.
Yes.
Thanks to Keith for that. All right, cool. So moving on to Billboard Builds' email. Yeah, Builds'. He says, subject prep. He says, hey guys, quick question. When starting a new model, what is your prep work routine and thought process to the build? Also to scribe or not to scribe panel lines. the past episode with Doug White, best episode ever. Hate mail. We don't need no stinking hate mail. Keep pumping out those great shows, but this waiting 2+ weeks between episodes is as fun as playing dodgeball with an X-Acto knife rolling off.
Wow.
Wow, that's something we've all suffered, isn't it? See, Matt, do you get your 9/11 porch done, or is the entry in this year's porch build? He wants to know if you're going to be re-entering that again this year.
Yeah,
and,
can I?
Okay, and Matt, thanks for your Saturday show. I now subscribe to J.R. Silvino's. Thanks, buddy, making me spend more money. Keep the dust bunny, keep the bus dunnies out of your paint and the CA off your glass.
Oh, you remembered that.
He remembered that. Another half month until I get to watch this crap and see your smiling faces. Later, guys, I got me some white rabbits to chase, but in BG's case, chasing tacos. Thanks, Chet from Billboard. I will always chase tacos, Chet.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so his question. What is your prep work for your paint? Oh, no, not paint. Excuse me. I read the damn thing. I should know. What is your prep work for your routine and thought process to the build? That's a good one. Okay.
Like prep work in just the beginning, or not for paint? I mean, it's just
this is when you're starting a new model. What is your prep work routine and thought process to the build?
Mine's always research. I like to do research, and I'll research. Has anybody built this kit? I research about the kit. I research what I'm going to do to get the kit. Then when I do it, of course, we're all sanding, clipping things off. I take everything off, clip it, sand it, primer it. Same old. But my main thing is pretty much research.
I get you there.
Research
How about you,
the
Jason?
parts I need.
The parts you need to print, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or make or whatever. I mean, in general.
Oops. Sorry, that was me knocking my microphone.
That's okay.
Jason?
I'm the opposite. I have an idea in my head and I go with it.
An idea?
Right on.
Like with the, I don't know, with the Blazer. I knew exactly how I wanted to build it, and then I just do it. I mean, I do minimal research to find out how something should look if I don't have that picture in my head, or if I can't remember exactly what a square box Chevy dashboard. If I can't remember around the gauges, I'll look that up. But I always seem to have a solid plan in my head before I start a build.
So you have very little head scratching through your build that slows you down.
I really don't. Like the Blazer is that. So the Mercedes 300 SL, we talked about that earlier. I know the color. I know the interior color. It's going to be box stock. The build that I'm going to do for the Street Machine build, I already know the color, the interior color, the wheels I'm going to use. I don't know. Maybe I'm just broken, but that's the way I go. I almost never pick up like this truck and go, I wonder what color combinations that had, and like what color interior came with what color. I almost never do that.
Oh, really? One more thing I do: white glue everything together.
Yep.
I always forget to white glue everything together.
Hey,
I always say I'm gonna, and then I never do.
That eliminates a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
90% of problems.
I just took apart the Toyota Corolla rally car that I had white glued together, and I did most of that on the Sunday live streams that I was doing with Jason and Mike. But I just recently took that apart, and God, that white glue holds really well. And I was
what do you use?
Holding on stuff. I use the 560 canopy glue. I just happen to have some of it here.
Someone turned me on to this.
Oh yeah.
Aleene's
tacky glue. Aleene's tacky glue. Yeah.
John Teresi.
I know a lot of guys that use that. They swear
me onto this, and it, man.
Yeah,
I can drop my model off the top shelf and it doesn't break. But when I use super glue,
so
damn it, it'll break.
once you get something white glued together in mock-up, what's the best process for breaking it apart?
No, you just don't use a lot of it. It'll come right apart.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of it. Sometimes if you have to soak apart, that's fine. But I'll use some needle nose pliers, something like that, or tweezers to just, because it'll just peel off like a booger off a windshield. So it's, sorry for that reference, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw it at the wall. It'll come apart.
This is awesome. I love this. Let's see. Matt, how's about you?
Well, I'm like Chuck. I'm heavy into research. Like I can spend hours. It depends. Because how it really starts is I get a freaking idea. I get a squirrel. And then I have this idea of this certain vehicle. And I start going into the Google machine and I start searching out all different possibilities. I have ideas in my head and I like, what about this? Or like if it happens to be a specific car or a specific race car, I like to start pulling up pictures of that car and figuring out all kinds of things about it. Every little detail I can find about it, I like to do. And so I put a lot of time into the research. When I finally get to the point after about a month or two or a year, I actually open the box, which is always
I just got that.
The glorious moment is I kind of start test fitting and mocking and taking what tires or wheels I'm thinking about using and shoving them up. I do a lot of videos about it where I take the body and shove tires underneath it, do the mocking up. If there's going to be cutting involved, kind of start looking for the parts that might fit in that body to have like a tub chassis or something like that. So there's a whole lot of time put into mocking. I love mocking up stuff. And then if that thing moves into the next phase of building, I usually start doing the chassis first, or chassis if I feel like I'm being pretentious. And then I go ahead and and then I just chassis. So I get the chassis built, or I have started doing the white glue thing. I'm like Jason. I keep forgetting. I never used to do that, and this has all become meeting all you guys, newer builders from back in the day. Nobody ever did that, I don't think, or I didn't pay attention. But I kind of started picking up on doing that, and boy, that definitely is something that helps out a lot. Figuring out where your wheels are going to be and where your suspension's going to be and all that, and how everything will be sucked up into the body. By the time I get the chassis figured out and all that, I engines, all that stuff, when it comes to the body, that's almost like the last thing I do, unless there was some major working with, to make things fit, especially if you're putting a tub chassis in a car that wasn't, and you got to open up wheel wells or grind out in the inside to make room for the tires. Then I move into, doing all that stuff as far as if it needs to have scribed lines. If the lines are really weak, I'll scribe them. But, and then go on through the whole process of prepping that body and for getting into the paint part of it, which that's a whole nother paint job, so to say.
So the point in time where it ends up back in the box and lost in the stash, where does that fit?
Usually 13 minutes, exactly 13 minutes after I finally open the box and I have taken the tire and the wheel combination and shoved it up under there. I've put it on the table. It takes about 13 minutes to kind of get that all mocked up. And I look at it and take a picture of it to post on the Facebooks. And there's my vision. I'm completed. And I put it all back in the box and move on to the next one. Because by then, I have had 13 other squirrels come. At least
that's one per minute, in case you guys aren't counting.
Right.
I can't stop the ideas.
It's just like a circus clown car pulls up and all these squirrels get out and dance around on dance around beach balls and stuff like that. Okay, well, that's a very elaborate discussion.
As they all are.
But
that's okay.
Personally, I'm with Chuck on that also, and Matt with the research thing, because a lot of times in the past I was building something for a group build, and it was like, the criteria the group build dictates you have to use this model or build this car. So like with the USAC build, I'm like, okay, let's go to the Google machine. What exactly am I dealing with here? So I'll start looking up stuff and start getting ideas from that, because usually with the USAC stuff, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with that build. And then by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, okay, I'm fairly happy with how that came out, but sometimes there's no direction. Like with the Bronco build, I have to circle back to that again. I didn't know what to do with it. I did a video and kind of suggested color schemes that I was looking at, but a lot of folks were like, yeah, that intermediate blue from Tamiya was going to look great with a white roof. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with that then. Sometimes it's actually, there's actually just, it depends on the model. Sometimes there's something in the back of my mind that goes, no, you need to really waste a lot of time and turn this into a gasser just because, or you need to, spend a lot of time and put a chassis underneath your Blazer that doesn't belong underneath a Blazer. So, I mean, even Joel was like, why did you use that chassis for that? But, yeah, so I'm kind of like 50-50 with Chuck and Matt, and then with Jason also, where it's like I let the kit dictate the build, or sometimes I'll just do a lot of research just to find out what kind of colors you should be using for the interior of a car, or how is the dashboard done up, like what pieces are supposed to be stainless, what pieces are supposed to be blacked out or whatever. So that kind of research and stuff. I'm working on that GTO My, and I wanted to make my own rear end suspension. So I have a lot of pictures in my phone of GTO suspension to see what that looks like. And then I'll start scratch making a lot of those parts and then put it all together soon. But honestly, when I started building that, the plan was to just build it box stock and make the best box stock model I can do. And now I'm like scratch making my own rear end work, so I'm all over the place when it comes to stuff. Depends on the build. So there we go. On to the next one. This is from our friend at Billboards Builds, and he says, how do you screw up an email, or did Luca forget the password? Well, let's just blame Chuck.
I like that. Let's blame Chuck.
So if you guys haven't noticed, we have a new email address, which is scalemodelcarpodcast@gmail.com. That's the one we're going to be hunting down emails at. And then we have one from Pat Redmond. And Pat says, hate Matt. Pat.
And that is appropriate and perfect
all right.
From my pal Pat.
I think you
I was like, seriously? This dude really did that?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not cool. Keep doing
Pat,
it.
Keep doing it. Pat, you got a fan.
Right? Yeah. Let's see here. Next one is from Robert. From Robert Judson, and subject is contests. He says, hey guys, Soft J here. I'm not understand. I'm pulling an error code 404 on that one.
Oh, because I always used to go, I don't know, is it a Soft J? Do I call him Yutson?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll get you punched in the face. Okay. Hey guys, Soft J here forever now.
Dude, you're Soft J from now on, Robbie.
You're Soft J from now on.
Can't wait till the next producer live stream.
Yeah. He says, Soft J here. I have an opinion about the whole contest thing. My take is this. Turn the automotive shows into a more AMPS style of judging, which I think we talked about. I kind of brought that up. Have 3 tiers of judging. You start at beginners. Once you've achieved gold, the next year you'll compete at an amateur class. Again, once you've achieved gold in that class, then you move on to expert. Unless you're Chuck and you're just not allowed in because there's no level higher than expert. This way, the builder that comes in for the first time doesn't compete with expert level guys, and the AMP style of points. Your real competition is with yourself to achieve a higher point level than the prior years.
That's true.
As far as what to do with awards, this is what I do with my limited space. If it's a big trophy style award, I'll display the trophy, then take the small metal plate, off and throw the rest away. On the back plate, I write down what model won the award. Then the plate is displayed. Something goes with plaques. Same thing goes with plaques. Metal plate comes off, wood thrown away. If you get enough of them, they would fit into a photo album like BG stores his shop cards. Anyway, hope this wasn't too long. As always, cheers from Iowa, Robert Soft J Judson.
That was mind-numbing, Robert.
Yeah, so
thanks.
I did like the style thing. But I tell you what, though, the awards thing is interesting because I got a lot of plaques from one club that I was part of, and I started turning those into. I took the metal plates off and I started turning them into actual bases for other builds. Because they're already stained up pieces of wood that look nice. Made them into bases for other builds. You know, I was upcycling stuff.
Well,
so yeah.
Oh boy.
I
got a similar.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but that was kind of a flex on Robert's part, right? It's like, I display it for a while and then I
throw it away,
break it, throw it in the garbage.
Okay.
You're gone, brother. Okay, that's my Hulk Hogan. And now on to Sean Steinley. And his subject is, you don't have to read. You don't have to. Subject says you don't have to read on the show. Well, I won't.
Okay. Thank you. That was easy.
All right, that was easy. I like those. Okay, cool. Alex Thomas says hi from Australia. Starts off with g'day.
G'day.
That's going to be the new back in the day. Back in the g'day. Alex from Bespoke Hot Rods Inc. here. Just a quick hi from Australia to the model car builders of the podcast land. I feel like I can write to you now that I have just about caught up with all the back issues of your podcast. Boy, do we have back issues.
Yeah, we do. Oh yeah.
Well, we got it.
Right now, actually.
Right. Yeah. So, having to sit up straight for all this. I have to say, I'm a big fanboy by now, and you have also totally reinvigorated not only my model building, but my enthusiasm for the hobby in general. Oh, glad to hear that, Alex.
Nice.
Yes, we've done our job.
Yes. I have even started watching YouTube for the first time ever. I have this. Oh man, there is 1,000 plus channels out there you can be watching. I have subscribed to all of your channels as well as your guests, and I started planning. And he's even planning his own channel to go alongside his Instagram. Nice. The only downside is I have been buying way more kits than ever before. Well, that is a byproduct of being a fan of this podcast, I'm sorry to say, because you need 5 of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Even 5 stars.
Even. All right. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. Spoiler alert. Going back to an older episode where you discuss placing freshly painted bodies into various containers, dehydrator, etc., for dust-free drying, I use an old mini fridge that no longer works. It's well sealed and creates a perfect dust-free environment. Though maybe if Jason is not drinking beer anymore, he could repurpose his fridge in the shop. Interesting.
That was so yesterday.
Let's see here. He says, while I'm at it, I thought I would ask a couple of questions that have developed in my brain since I started listening. Firstly, do any of you use ScaleMate's website to keep track of your stash?
No.
I used to. Jason says no. Matt says, what's ScaleMates? And Chuck's.
I just never really, I don't even understand what ScaleMates is, actually, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Well, we'll have a tutorial after the podcast.
Yeah.
But you can. ScaleMates can be pretty handy for keeping track of. If you have questions about what's that?
But like the worth of your model, or because
not really. But if you put stuff in there for your stash, you can open it up into the public so people can actually look through that and make offers on things. But that's not all it does, though. I mean, that's something you could do if you wanted to. Or you could put out there that you're searching for a particular kit, and people who have it might be able to contact you and let you know. Okay. So it's kind of they have a marketplace aspect to things, but at the same time, it's also a great way to just keep a digital record of your purchases, so you don't end up double buying things.
Okay, that's never a problem.
A lot.
I don't need a reminder of how much crap I have to build.
All I got to do is I just stand in this room and just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all your entire stash is
mostly
one level, one layer, right?
Right.
No, not in here. This I have to do some searching.
I can see you open that door, and it's like when they open the
crypt.
The crypt. Well, I was thinking what was that thing in the Indiana Jones where they open the lid and it's like it sucks the life out of everything.
Yeah, that was the Ark.
The Ark, yes,
right, yeah, yeah. Every time he opens the door, you should have a little switch that has Indiana Jones' voice saying, "Don't look, Marion." Close your eyes. All right. Let's see. What were they? So yeah, I do. I started doing the ScaleMates thing, but then it kind of like became homework, and so I stopped.
Yeah.
Also, it was making my phone heavy, so take that. It's like, see, as I was about to put onto. I was put onto it by a previous podcast, and I love it. I haven't heard it mentioned, so wondered if anyone knew about it. Secondly, if someone, me, was to travel to the U.S., what show would you suggest is best to plan a trip around? What is the must-see #1 show not to miss? Acme. Sorry.
Acme.
Yeah, Acme.
Southern National.
It's in Georgia. It's a lot closer than Wayne, New Jersey is from Australia. Just saying. But
and
one of those would be awesome.
Major hub, anyways. You could probably just fly right into it.
Yeah.
Fly right into it.
Don't fly into it. That's how that's bad.
Like a lawn dart. Like a lawn dart. Yeah, definitely Acme, dude. I mean, you fly into Georgia International Airport or Atlanta, I should say, Atlanta International Airport. Grab your rental car or an Uber and take yourself out to Cartersville. The hotel's right there for the show, and then there's also a car museum that's just down the hill, literally down the hill, and then lots of great places to eat and tour. It's an all-in-one package deal, so I would definitely recommend that.
There's a lot of great shows, but the thing about Acme is, I mean, you're going to get if you're like looking forward to meeting a lot of the builders that you've been talking to or seeing their work on the Facebooks and whatnot, and the YouTuber guys and all that, you got a better chance of meeting. You'll definitely meet more of them there than any show.
Yeah,
it's a spectacle. It's definitely a spectacle.
It's becoming. I've been saying since I went in 21, man, it changed my life, and it was. I really think that it's with Salt Lake Con. That's the show. That is the big one for everyone to go to.
I agree. Okay, so let's see here. So finally, Alex says, finally, I want to ask for some advice. When I think of the model cars we build, I kind of see them like a 3D photograph. To me, they are a moment captured in time. Hence, working features like doors, suspension, etc., don't really seem important to me. So I wanted to ask, how would you guys feel if model car was displayed at a show with open doors, hood, trunk, etc., that didn't close or move? Would this be frowned upon? I'm interested in your thoughts. So having something positioned permanently open, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a problem.
Really,
there's kits like small scale kits that only one door does open. Yeah. So I mean, they're supposed to be posed that way. So I don't find it to be a problem.
I don't think so either.
I'm gonna go in the different direction.
I mean, I can really kind of see Matt's direction too, but
he didn't even say it.
I was gonna say how he hasn't said it yet.
I know what he's gonna say.
I didn't get a chance to say it.
I already know what he's gonna say, but go ahead.
You don't.
Yeah, I do. You want me to guess?
Well, just say it then. Tell me.
Because you want to see if the doors close properly and they align properly and there's a proper gap in them. Yeah, I get that. But go ahead.
That's a part of it. It's just, I think, and it also depends on, like you said, like if there's a model, like you said, small scales that they come out with you build them to have something open and it stays open. Or if it's something like it's depicting a scene, like a pit stop at Le Mans, and you got a GT40 with the door open, the driver's switching or whatever like that. I can see that, but it's kind of like, I think if you're going to go through the trouble, especially if you're cutting out, it wasn't a door that opened on the cars. I think that if you're going to have it open, I believe it should close. It's like, and I'm guilty of this. I've had trouble where I get done with a model and I do all this engine work and I have the hood open, which most of the models have opening hoods. But I go to shut my hood and it drives me nuts when I can't get that hood to shut well. And I think if you're wanting to be at that level, I think that gluing something up and it just stays up or opened and stuff like that is kind of like
hiding a problem.
Yeah, it's hiding a problem. It's like a great example, and it was kind of talked about with Randy Durr and Mark Jones, two guys that everything opens, right? They kind of took it at a different thing. Like Randy Durr has this thing where he basically does a model car striptease throughout a show. He slowly takes the car apart, but it's a complete car there, and when it's sitting there, it looks complete. Mark Jones takes it in a way of he like uses magnets. He wants to make sure everything, the fit is perfect, but it's either open or it's not. When he displays it, he likes to keep it all closed, and he's not going to start taking it apart. But he wants to make sure that stuff functions.
Okay, I'm changing my answer because and it's I was on the fence with this.
We'll go with that. You were on the fence and I pushed you, and
you pushed me over to the other side. And you know what? I got a couple bruises and I lost a tooth, but
what a
but yeah, I think if you're gonna cut doors open, you should be able to execute that and do it thoroughly and convince the audience that the car was built that way. So I do have to say that because of the hood explanation that Matt gave, that's a pet peeve of mine, is when you paint your car and you paint it too, like some people will paint it too thick and the hood doesn't close or don't calculate the carburetor or whatever, and you can't fit the hood on. So yeah, it's called execution. I guess if you don't execute it correctly, points should be taken away.
I've got one of my favorite models, and I won't take it to shows because of this, because I blew it with the hood.
Oh, I've done it. I've done it too,
and it drives me. And I have been thinking seriously about one of these days actually busting a few things off, which I usually don't. If once I have a model done, I get scared of trying to take it apart and fix it, because then it never gets put back together.
Yeah.
But I really would like to try to fix this problem. It's a 57 Chevy that was really important to me, and I cannot get that hood to sit right because it's something I miscalculated. Yep. And it drives me out of my mind.
I did it with the Challenger a long time ago. Yeah. Also, I've done it with the Chevelle, that I opened the doors and I didn't quite execute it correctly, and the doors sagged and they didn't shut correctly. And that model is in the back of my stash.
But real Chevelles have the same problem sometimes.
Well, no, I mean they're pretty bad. I just didn't do it correctly. It was in my early modeling.
That's times. When you suck.
Yes.
So here's my take.
Do at one time.
Here's my take on it. If you're going to transport a model a great distance, like have it pack it into a case so you can put it on an airplane, having that with the hood, trunk, or doors open permanently is just going to make it that much more difficult to transport.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I mean, display it with all that stuff open, great. But I mean, like my 32 Ford, I actually have a little rod glued in there to hold the trunk open because the hinges I did not do a good job with, so they keep closing. It just slowly closes during the show. It just slowly closes, like the saddest remote controlled trunk lid ever. And
but
then
when it closes, is it nice and straight? Everything
fits. It fits perfectly because
winning,
yeah. But I want to display it open because I did a nice job on the interior for the trunk, and also
put a toothpick in it.
Well, I have a little metal rod, a toothpick. Yeah, with the little frillies on the top, like a cocktail stick. Yeah.
That the toothpick thing drives me nuts. I've done a video.
Okay.
And you know what? I've done that before, like long time ago. Back in the sagging door days.
Back when you sucked.
Yeah. Yes. We've all been there. Don't say you haven't.
So, Chuck, you gonna change your tagline instead of "Why do you watch this crap"? You're gonna say, "Don't let your door sag."
Yes. No, I don't believe I can do that. It's too late.
Don't let your doors be crap. Jason, how about you, buddy?
My point was going to be the same as yours, Brian. Transporting would be a nightmare with all that stuff open. But the only thing I could add to that would be displaying and cleaning a model that has everything permanently open would be equally as miserable as trying to transport it. So I would say if you're going to have stuff that doesn't operate, close it all.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, like, if it's on display at a show, you can have stuff popped open or whatever, but unless you're really tricked out and you have that thing with actuators and stuff, and it's like opening the trunk and the doors and stuff like that while it's on display, nobody in their right mind is going to walk over and go, "Does this open?" and try to open the trunk.
Right.
I mean, that would be a very, very bad day if somebody tried to do that at a show.
One quick thing I will add to that. It's kind of interesting. If I was a judge at a show and I saw a model that had, say, the door was open, and I would try to find that. This is why names on the placards, that's a whole nother thing. I try to find that person. I would ask that person if need be, because I want to see if that door will shut nice. Because if it doesn't, if you're going to have that door open, if you went through the trouble of doing that, I think you should take it to 10. That door should shut. It should. I don't want to touch it, but you should show some or have it during the day, like what Randy does. And you kind of maybe open it and come by later on in the show, close it, kind of point it out to the judges or have a photograph that it closes nice. Because I really think that I don't think if you're going to open a door and glue it open, it's not going to give you any advantage. What's going to be impressive is that thing closes and looks nice and good.
So the moral of the story is if your door doesn't close correctly and you have a toothpick holding your hood open, Matt is going to punch you in the face.
I won't punch you in the face. Wow. I might punch you in the armpit. That's one of my things.
Armpit?
The armpit?
Oh, yeah. I saw it in a Roger Ramjet cartoon years ago, and I really took a liking to it.
Well, man. Okay, now I got the Roger Ramjet going through my head. Thanks for that, man. Took 25 years to get that song out of my head, and now it's back. Living rent-free. Okay, so Alex goes on to say here, so that's it for me. Sorry it ended up so long, but I'm very enthusiastic about the hobby. Once again, thanks to you guys. Keep up the great work, and one day I hope to get to meet one or two of you. No Chuck hate mail from me either, because, well, he does pronounce Porsche like 99% of the time. Like 99% of the country. Cheers, Alex Thomas from Bespoke Hot Rods Incorporated. So, Alex, thank you for the email.
Yeah,
it was long, but we really did enjoy talking to you about that. And then you had some good aspects here to talk about. Also, we're all going to be at Acme 2026. If you make plans to be there, let us know. That'd be awesome. And then I think you might win the farthest traveled award there.
Mm.
Hands down. Okay.
For sure.
Two more left. Two more
left.
Looking forward
let's
to it. I like this. This is kind of fun.
That says here, sorry, I can get. Oh, that's Matt's note. I'm reading Matt's note on the email. Never mind. Okay. All right.
Read it.
He says, sorry, I can get on the email now. Yeah, you can. Sorry. All right. So another one from Keith, and it says, subject, body to chassis fit issues. At times when I'm trying to marry the body to the chassis, I'll have issues getting the front end down enough to look correct. I try to make sure the firewall and dash are placed snug and tight, but still at times have issues. Would love to hear tips you guys might offer. Continued success of the podcast. You've got it going on. Much appreciated, Keith.
Test fit.
Usually I step on it if it doesn't go down all the way.
Okay.
Yep.
So it really does depend on the kit, but I will say this as a preface. I am one of those guys that like to do the white glue mock-up so I can be apprised of any speed bumps or problems that might occur. However, it has been pointed out to me that I do forget to put in my transparent pieces, my glasses, inside the body, and I have been burned a couple of times in the past by not doing that because the glass is much thicker than I expected it to be. And now out come the files, the saws, the torches to get all that stuff in, the pitchforks, get all that stuff lined up and put together right. But pitchforks are handy. They're really handy for picking up parts on the floor.
Lots of times the issue is the glass. The glass is what's always holding it up.
The glass. Oh, here's a nice rhyme. The glass and the dash. Those don't.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't mingle.
Yeah. No.
Sometimes you got to shorten the windshield in order to
grind up the or maybe exaggerate the bevel that's on the bottom of the windshield.
Yes, sure.
And here's one for Jason because I sent him a kit that I know he's going to build soon. That Davey Allison Thunderbird, the 87 Thunderbird. That has an issue that where the door comes up and it comes around like that on both sides, and where the top door bar is for the chassis, right there. So there's enough material you can either thin it out there, and you can even thin it the top of the roll bar there because it's not seen once you put the body on. So right there, that kind of it holds it up a good. Oh geez,
a good OGs.
Oh geez.
Wow, that's a lot.
It'll hold the body will be above the chassis. You'll see the bottom of the chassis rail underneath the body, a good 1/16 of an inch or so.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So that's like a foot in scale size.
Yeah, it is. It's horrific. So that's
good to know.
Some of the other Thunderbirds are like that too, but that's definitely a place to look at. So doing a test fit. BG's he's the king of white gluing, man. I've never seen anybody white glue like he does. You'll have the model will look finished. It's white glued. I got to take it all apart now and put it together.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
It works.
It works.
Especially when you put the glass in.
Yeah.
That
glass.
Yeah. So that's the best thing I can suggest there, buddy, is do the white glue mock-up and then put the glass in while you're doing that. That's probably going to be where you're tripping up there. Now there are, depending again on the kit, there are cars where the dashboard doesn't quite fit in the interior tub, or the interior tub bonks into the bottom part of the window or something like that. So you might have to grind it. Matter of fact, the AMT 1970 Cornet Super B street machine or Pro Street car, actually has in the instructions where you're supposed to trim the windshield to fit the interior tub. Yes, that's a thing. Do
you know that 66 Galaxy, or no, the Fairlane, that doesn't fit right either.
Right, that looks like it's sitting nose high all the time.
Well, they're supposed to, kind of, but the chassis never really fits completely in the body.
Is that the AMT one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to mess with that one a little bit.
Right.
I see that on a lot of completed builds on that kit.
It's a great kit except for that.
Something I've run into once in a while is like you have a fully molded chassis, right? And then the interior tub's supposed to sit down on top of that, and the transmission hump's supposed to marry up with the transmission hump in the interior.
A lot of marrying.
But sometimes, there's a lot of marrying. It's the season. But sometimes the one's molded a little too narrow or a little too wide, so it doesn't set down all the way onto the chassis bottom correctly. So you might have to get out the Dremel and carve it down a bit or whatever. How about you, Jason? You got any pointers?
Well, again, everybody's mentioned everything that I would say. Trim the glass, test fit with the glass, and then sand. I mean, sometimes you got to take some off the edges of the dashboard, or like some off of the whatever is in the front of the car that would not let it sit down. Sometimes you've got inner fenders that you have to massage a little bit.
Dremel tool is your friend.
It is. And like you said, Brian, it's just mock it up with your glass.
Yes.
Yep. Mock it up now. Okay. So that's that for that one. And on to the last one here. And this is from Dustin Lamb. And he says, hey, y'all, I'm catching up on the podcast. I listened to the last to the two latest show. I'm going to start over again. I'm catching up on the podcast. I listened to the two latest shows after listening to the first few. I am now on to episode 17. Best episode ever. Listening to the show makes the time at work pass by pretty quickly. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Dustin. Quickly, he says he lit his Porsche a while back. Took more recent pics, but can't find them. Why is there so much hate mail sent to Mr. Chuck? He seems like a really nice guy in his own way.
Oh, he's lying now.
Never met him in person.
Says keep on keeping on with the show. Soon I'll have to wait for another episode. Thanks, Dustin Lamb at Lamb Chops Builds. Oh, I know Lamb Chop. Yeah, right on.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Lamb Chop, for making Chuck's head that much bigger.
Yeah.
It's all appreciated. But that's it for the emails.
Wow.
Hey, can we read Lance's email again?
Lance's email again?
You know what? We'll frame it for you so you can hang it in your model room and look at it every day. Right on. Well, I don't really have anything to add to any of those because I think we took them all in their turn and hammered them flat or smooth or whatever you want to say. Oh, flat, smooth, and at an angle.
Yeah, I think that was
proper
good.
Fabrication we did.
Right.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and do the closing with Mr. Jason.
Jason.
Okay, guys, if you haven't, please consider giving us a 5-star review. It helps to push the podcast out to new people. Gets it out there so that we can get more people to subscribe and give us more 5-star reviews, which we love. Please go check out modelpodcast.com to find other great scale modeling podcasts. There's a podcast for everybody, from cars and trucks, Gundams, armor, figures, you name it. There's a podcast out there for you. Next, there's an email in the About section of the podcast. We just read 2 hours worth. Please send us emails. We love to hear from you guys. Questions, topic suggestions, tips, tricks, hate mail for not just Chuck. I mean, we pick on Chuck a lot, right? But yeah, send hate mail to Chuck.
Because it's fun.
Why do we pick on Chuck? Because it's fun.
It's fun.
I'm leaving.
Also, we have a Facebook that you can join. You can communicate with us through there via Messenger. You can post your pictures of what you're working on. You can, ask questions there too. Tips and tricks, same thing. The only trick to that is you got to answer the 3 questions. If you
answer the 3 questions.
If you don't answer the 3 questions, I'm going to deny it. Just like my 16-year-old denies that he steals my gas all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, little bugger.
Sounds like a whole nother podcast episode.
Well, no, it's not. He's not like he's siphoning it out of my gas tank. He just like, hey, can I borrow the gas can? And then brings it back empty every time.
Gotta love the children.
Every time. So yeah, and that's it, guys.
Cool. Thank you very much, my friend.
One quick thing. Talk about our email. We had a flub up.
I said good day, sir. I said good day.
Good day.
Good day. Our email has changed. Be sure to look at it in the description of this podcast and / video. We have changed. We had to change it a little bit. If I can recall correctly, it's just scalemodelcarpodcast at gmail.com now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you send it to the old one, which is on, we haven't gone and changed them all. It's a lot of work to change them all. You might not get to us because of that. So that's all I want to say. I'm done. Goodbye.
Okay. Well, Matt was going to be the one to call on, so there you go. Thanks, Matt. Chuck, you want to say goodbye for the folks?
Bye, folks. Thanks for stopping by and listening to our crap. And this is the best show ever.
Right.
Always.
Matt, do you have anything you want to add to your goodbye, or are you good?
I hate goodbyes.
I hate the way you say goodbye, too. Okay, Jason, on to you.
All right. This is Jason from the Blue Ox Model Shop on all the popular social medias saying, until next time, g'day.
G'day.
All right, this is Mr. BG saying thank you to all of our friends for the podcast, IcemanCollections.com, BCG Resins by Reese, Scale Model Garage, and our new friend, Auto Modeler Magazine. Remember to check out our friends on the AMC Livecast every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for a good time. They often have guests that we also like to talk to once in a while. We kind of have a sharing thing going on there, but go check out our friends out over there. And final thoughts for the episode. If model car building was a superpower, I'd still be Jimmy Olsen. All right, guys, we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye now.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Chip, cheerio.
Way to piss off all of Australia.
Oh, my God. That was a good way to end it. You could edit.
Okay, we're recording. I could edit like a bitch, man.
Wait. Just exactly how does a bitch edit?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a lot like this. Oh, why did you do that? Oh, fuck, why is that? Now I gotta fix this. What's going on with that?
Oh, gotcha.
That was a dramatization.
A dramatization?
Dramatization.
Nice. What you got in your B cup?
What's I got? Coffee. Been kind of a blah day, so I'm perking up with some percolated stuff.
Oh, nice.
So, working at a hobby store, finally remembered I can buy primer that I've been desperately needing.
But did you?
I did. I actually went out into the garage and used a little bit of it today, which is why I'm feeling a little perkier now.
Oh, nice.
I forgot to wear my mask. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day, Cooter.
Cooter.
We'll advertise your boss a little right there.
Oh yes, please. I need. I'm bringing down Andy's money now.
That box was bugging me.
Yeah, take that box.
Yeah.
Blue Box Model Shop.
Blue Box Model Shop. Whoa.
I'm representing Matt today.
Wrong side.
Oh,
wrong side.
Right there.
What's right there?
If I go there, it goes the other side. So I have to go to my left in order.
What are you showing me? Yeah, that's why I said wrong side.
Back when that company used to make quality product, man, it bummed me out when they tweaked out.
No, this is not this is itchy as hell. As soon as we're done recording, I'm gonna Hulk Hogan this thing.
Do it on camera.
No, because I am kind to my fellow man.
I should go put on the one and only existing Blue Ox Model Shop T-shirt.
Ooh,
oh yeah.
The only time I ever saw you wear that shirt is you wore it to the very first Model Car Mafia meeting.
Yep, and I haven't worn it since because it's itchy as how the kids say it's itchy AF.
Really? I wonder why.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's kind of a nice representation of our friendship because it's like, oh my God, it's driving me nuts. I'm on the roof already.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I soloed at the shop yesterday for closing.
Yeah.
I haven't received any text messages or phone calls telling me that the store burned down, they couldn't open this morning, or the computer system committed suicide or anything like that. So, I'm going to take that as a win.
Is it like a cash drawer that you've got to do? You do all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got previous experience doing that stuff. It's just their system's a little different because it's all computerized. You don't have to hand count everything. So, like that's funny because it's called a point of sale system, and they keep referring to the POS. I'm like, that's funny.
Yes, I have plenty of those in my life.
Oh yeah, my one weakness is, somebody showing me how to do this, and I'm just like, okay, I think I got it. And then the next day I'm like, okay, crack the fingers, stretch the arms, let's close this thing. Boop, 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 boop. No, I don't want to order anything from Amazon.
Right? No, shit, no, I don't got it. I don't got it.
Next thing you know, the thing's like, do you want to play a game? I'm like, oh God, no. Did you think Chuck forgot? Maybe he fell asleep again.
I mean, we could always hope.
I said, are we good for recording tomorrow? And he gave a thumbs up.
That's right. That's
how do we know it was him? What if it was the person that kidnapped him and was like, they think you're going to be there tomorrow?
Maybe I should text his kidnapper and be like, would you like to be in the podcast?
Yeah. Do that.
LOL, please send me your location. No, all they did was send back a proof of life photo. Okay, that sucks. Well, sorry to hear about that, Chuck. 32 pages of emails.
Oh, man, oh, man.
God.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I've been thinking all week about this Scale Wars thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a curveball at everybody.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
I haven't thought about it once because it's too much like homework.
Well, that tracks for you.
So I get it incomplete.
It's hard to be the pretty one and the smart one at the same time.
Well, it's easy being the funny one, so.
It is easy being the funny one.
It is.
You guys always have me in stitches.
Stitches.
Before bitches.
Bitches and stitches.
Hold for next recording, 4/21/25. That was a month ago.
All right. Let's
cool.
See. This piece of paper will be enough for notes on when I need to do some trimmings or ends.
This is notes. There's page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4.
Wow, you guys.
Yeah,
I have never been a note taker.
Here's my emails. So Matt's going to be like, I'm sorry, I can't take any more. I can't do any more editing because the fortune cookie wrapper I was writing on is no longer large enough. I had to write around the lucky numbers that were on the fortune set.
They were 7, 10, 11, 12, and 17.
Yeah, 17. In that order?
Yeah, I think so. Or I read it backwards.
You sound confident.
All right, Chuck's on his way.
He called you to tell you that?
Yeah, I guess he had to pull a double it, though.
At the Whataburger? It just dawned on me that I didn't send you any New England pronunciations this week, Matt.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting behind on my classes.
Oh, you're going to learn how to order a pizza?
It's pizza.
Pizza? I thought it was pizza.
Stop with all the hard R's. You're making me nervous. There was a guy who, I think he posted on my Facebook page that he was new to the hobby. Thanks for letting me in the group. New to the hobby.
I saw that.
Been building about a year. So far, I've got 200 models built. Dude built 200 models in a year.
Wow.
That's what I said.
We need to get him on the show. Well, I'd say we need to get him on the show, but it doesn't sound like he has time.
Quappy.
I'm sorry. They're doing maintenance on our internet, so.
Those no good.
Oh, is corporate from Whataburger downstairs messing with the internet?
Whoa! Wow. That bad, huh?
Tell us how you really feel.
Pause this real quick because I don't want this getting out.
I can't pause.
No,
Can't
there's
pause.
no pause.
There's no pause.
There's no pause.
Anything before we start today? Does everybody have a model picked out to talk about in the super sweet stash shit show?
I got 3.
I got some small scales. Did I show the small scale last week?
Yes.
Last week?
I did. What did I show?
Just say yes.
Yes.
Because we weren't here last week, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I wonder if I could put a stereo in it.
I'm sure you could. What would you have it play in a Mercedes?
Rammstein.
Take me to the moon. How's that?
Stick to selling burgers.
Yeah. Don't quit your day job, whatever that is. We need to come back with a spinning newspaper. Fargan war declared. I cleaned up my desk and found a power bar.
Sweet.
Did you eat it?
I'm eating it right now. It's only
How old is it?
about a week out of date.
It doesn't matter with a power bar.
Mm-mm. Actually, I think they get softer the older they are.
Yeah.
It's just like people. Oh my God, power bars are made out of people.
Oh God.
We're always going to be on your side, Matt. That's what we're like.
Oh, I know, which is the smart thing to do because the checks will stop.
Don't the checks have to start first before they can start?
No kidding.
What's with the details, man? What's with you picking out the details?
Hey, he's got a point. What's money?
There.
What's money?
What's money? Money is the stuff they throw at you while you're on stage dancing.
Whoa!
Well, I thought money didn't exist anymore. You just slid a card.
I don't have that feature.
But
That's
you
not-
didn't have one installed in your navel?
No, so Chuck, that's not what that's for.
You do something once and you get labeled forever.
That's
Yeah,
awful.
right?
I know, right? God.
Right.
Yeah.
Freaking guys.
Lay it off.
Reminds me of an old joke that I will not tell right now since we're recording. Anyway, let's
It's
go ahead and
okay.
do.
I could bleep it.
You want to hear the joke?
Yeah, I like jokes.
Okay,
The
so
audience likes jokes.
there's
They fight through the entire podcast to get to the end to listen to this crap. So
oh boy.
you're
Well,
on.
then I'm not gonna say it. Okay. Anyway,
Keith.
and now for Billboard builds. Let's see here.
Hey, guys.
Subject.
I got to go.
You gotta go. Is he gotta go for good?
He's got a phone call from MI6. He's calling being activated.
All right.
Are you back?
Yeah, at work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, are you trying to get somebody fired or trying not to get somebody fired?
Well, I mean, are we recording?
Always recording.
Yeah.
You can cut it out, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you fucking new here?